Good afternoon, or good evening rather, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Final Four here at Rocket Gym on the campus of Robinson High School. We're moments away from the TAPS 5A state semifinal between Lutheran South Academy out of Houston and Westbury Christian School, also out of Houston. The winner will advance to the state championship game played tomorrow at West High School. My name is Gabriel Duarte, and with me is Earl Garland, a career varsity basketball coach of 34 years, winner of 5 state championships, and we'll be bringing you all the action here today. Coach, what are your thoughts about this game or any of the basketball we've seen here today?
The game that just finished up, the Canterbury versus whoever they played, Trinity. Trinity beat them, but Canterbury's hustle and effort was just fantastic. And to me, their Jamari Barlow, number 21, was just an outstanding. He would make the all-tournament team if I had any say in it. He was just fantastic. But going into this game, I'm looking forward to look at paper. Westbury wins easy because they averaged 97 points a game in the playoffs and only allowed 54, while Lutheran South averaged 65, allowing 59. And also when these two teams have met, the scores have been very lopsided in district play. So I think Westbury has a chance to maybe have an easy game, but hey, that's why we play the games. Lutheran South starts two seniors and 3 juniors, so they're a little older than Westbury. And one of the side deals things that Andre White, the head coach for Lutheran South, told me was the team eats lunch together every day. So I guess you could say a team that eats together plays together. I'm sure they're hoping that. Starting lineups for Lutheran will be Cameron Bird, number 3. He's a junior. It'll be Justin Rogers, a junior, number 4. It'll be Jake Justice, a senior, number 10. He's their leading scorer with 18 points a game. Then we have Wyatt Mayer, a junior, number 15, their second leading scorer. And then lastly, Tyler Bloskus, a senior, and number 20. We'll come back with Westbury here in a minute.
We'll send it down to the public address announcer, who will walk us through the official team introductions along with our invocation, followed by the playing of our national anthem. We'll be back in a moment. And we are ready to kick off the 5A state semifinal here in Robinson. Tipping off for Lutheran South is number 10, Jake Justice.
Westbury starting 1 senior, 3 juniors, and 1 sophomore. So a little younger team, but very talented team.
Pair of 10s tipping off. It'll be Xavier Francis for Westbury. And here we go. We're underway in the TAPS 5A state semifinal.
2-3 zone by Lutheran South.
This is Westbury in the white uniforms with the navy and yellow letters. That's number 10, Xavier Francis. Getting the scoring started off with a 3-ball. And good night, Westbury's already all over it.
Yeah, they trapped in the corner right off the bat, went man-to-man on the make and trapped in the corner and got a turnover immediately. And now we got number 4, Christopher Felix, shooting 2 off a good defensive play, slashing in to get that back pass.
Felix hits the first. And the second as well. Quick 5-0 start for Westbury. Pioneers now trying to avoid the pressure. This is number 4, Justin Rogers.
Westbury in a 3-2 or a 1-2-2 if you want to call it that.
Driving toward the basket there was number 10, Jake Justice.
That was a much better press break there by Lutheran that time. A little more composed and got it down the floor nicely. Now they get a baseline inbounds play.
Justin Rogers will toss it in. He's got his man up at the top of the key, now over to the right wing, now in the corner. Losing it, shooting a 3, though. That's number 10, Jake Justice, and he's got a 3-ball.
Justice hitting that 3 after kind of scrambling to catch the pass is pretty amazing. Nice help defense there by Lutheran South, number 10.
Westbury working the perimeter in and out, trying to go inside the paint, but deflected out of bounds by number 10, Justice. So the throw-in will come from Felix. Threw it off of a Pioneer and tried to grab it himself, but instead now we've got a whistle.
Yeah, they ended up calling over and back because there was no change of possession, but I'm not sure that's the right call. You're allowed to throw it into the backcourt from baseline if you want to. That's where the ball went, unless they're saying he took possession. The Westbury player took possession of the ball before he went across half court. So I'm probably wrong, but that's what I saw.
Felix once again with the toss-in. Over to the corner, wide open look at a 3, number 25. That's Malachi Bowles knocking it down for the Wildcats.
Oh my goodness. They're fortunate for that pass to be caught. It was a long pass to make against the press.
3 attempts by number 15, Wyatt Maher, no good. This time, Maher steals it. He's coming back, stops, shoots from about the free throw line, and that one falls.
Love that mid-range jumper. Nice job.
5-2-7 on the board. That's number 10 in the corner. Stolen. Here come the Pioneers trying to make something happen, but the defense is closing quickly. Stops, pops. No good. That was number 4, Justin Rogers, with the attempt. Now the other number 4 coming across. 25 again from the corner. Too long for Bowles.
Yeah, well contested, though. They get out there on that shot. Didn't let him have a free look.
And picking up the foul there, Cameron Bird forcing the foul call. Does himself a favor. He's headed to the line.
Anytime you swing that vigorously to try to block a shot, you're going to get a foul called.
Bird knocks down the first.
See Lutheran South choosing to be back. Having no one at the basket for rebound.
Tied at 7 now. Shot goes up and misses. Felix was fouled quickly.
Westbury showing a lot of quickness, getting down the floor and getting right into their attack of the basket, turning right in, and when they make it right into a press.
Easily the fastest paced game we've seen so far.
Absolutely. Westbury has no one back. I guess they figure their initial pressure is going to be enough to not be able to go long. That would have been a lane violation on Lutheran South if they wouldn't have gone in.
This is Jake Justice, gets his own rebound, or trying to. Now it's wrestled away by Farouk. All the way down to number 32 for Westbury. Now Farouk for the top of the key. Nails it, three-pointer.
And here comes the press.
South trying to keep it on the left side. Slowing things down just a bit. That's Justin Rogers with the ball. Over to Bird and back to Rogers. Bird again. And they'll take their time.
Now I think they're unsure of what defense that Westbury's in. It kind of morphs from 1-3-1 to man to they're doing a good job of disguising what they're doing.
Long jumper by Jake Justice misses. That's Felix driving.
Got a foul call on. They called a block on Rogers for Lutheran South. They're sending Christopher Felix to the line for 2.
Felix, a junior. He'll hit the first.
He's a junior and their leading scorer with 19 points a game. Again, Westbury with no one back. Very confident in their early pressure.
And he's got both again. Pressure from Westbury. Lutheran South now into the hands of Bird. They want to go to Maher in the corner, it looks like. There he is. Now he's open. No, in and out. Here come the Wildcats.
Nice pass.
Fed inside, but trouble handling it. Saves it. Now Felix from the right side. No, misses. Roger secures it for the Pioneers. Back down inside to Bird. Bird loses it. Now he's going to get after his own ball.
That was good hustle to get after the ball that was tipped away from him. Yep. Got to be ready to receive the pass at any time.
Blasquez fumbles the pass from Maher. This one going up, missing. Now going up strong is number 10. That's Francis.
And a timeout for Lutheran South and our first dunk of the day.
16-7 at the stoppage.
TAPS is proud to use products from the Wilson Sporting Goods, allowing our athletes to perform their best, and that's what Wilson has delivered for over 100 years. Learn more at wilson.com.
The Waco Convention and Visitors Bureau, along with the Waco Sports Commission, proudly partner with TAPS to make Waco, Texas, the championship city for TAPS. Visit WacoHeartOfTexas.com for more local information.
Just out of nowhere, the Wildcats have jumped out to a 9-point lead. Happened in a matter of seconds.
Officials now coming over to break up the huddle for South.
South taking all the extra time they can in the timeout.
Velasquez will inbound for the Pioneers. It's Maher. That was a nice shot attempt by Rogers, but doesn't fall. Good play for South.
It was even a better attack of the press, but boy, they didn't finish on the other end, and they did a really nice job of getting the ball in and up the floor. That was the first real good organization they had in their press break, and it worked very effectively for them. They just got to finish on the other end.
That's Devin Smith now dishes it out to number 22. Beautiful move underneath the basket for Justin Seabrun.
Nice up and under to finish the shot.
Here come the Pioneers looking for an answer. Rogers. Over to the corner for Velasquez. Now to Bird. Bird back to Rogers. Velasquez for three. No. Cormier to Seabrun. And Seabrun has his pocket picked, but only for a moment. 3-point shot. No, falls short for number 4. That was Felix.
And he stepped out of bounds. Lutheran South missed the box out over there to allow him to get to the basket. You know, one of the things that Lutheran South's fallen into is when a team's pressing you, you have a chance to hurry your game and hurry up a little bit too much, and that's what they're doing. They're at a frenetic pace. And that's what the press wants you to do, just play crazy.
This is Justice. He'll stop and pop just off. And back the other way come the Wildcats. Number 2 now from the right wing, just a bit off. Rebound, Wildcats, and another dunk by Xavier Francis.
Xavier Francis attacked the front of the rim from where he is. Again, I've said that many, many times, and he went in and dunked the ball. It was a great follow-up of the shot. Now I think they've called him for hanging on the rim. I'm not sure. I don't know what the call is. Joseph Cromier drew a charge down here, giving Westbury the ball back underneath their own basket.
So it'll be Farouk.
Yeah, nice play on his part.
Now a little discussion by the officials.
Yeah, we've had a few of those today, but that's good. That helps them do a better job for the kids.
Farouk to Williams. Williams drives. Out from behind the arc is number 22, Justice Seabrun, dropping the 3.
Great penetration by Williams to get that shot for Farouk in the corner. I guess they called a foul, but that looked like a block to me. Maybe he got his elbow after the fact.
So it'll be Rogers at the line for the Pioneers. 1:50 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, this game is quickly getting away from Lutheran South.
Felix checking back in. And Rogers misses the second. Wildcats just so fast offensively.
Yes, they are.
It's Williams over to Seabrun. He'll drive, kick it out. There's the shot by Farouk. Misses.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Justice. Justice all alone. Oh, misses the dunk. That's Williams. Out for a three-pointer. Missed. Now the putback is there by Farouk.
Yeah, that missed dunk should have been just a layup, breakaway layup, and just put it in. You need the points, not a dunk. But again, I'm old school.
Pioneers got an open look now from beyond the arc. Rolls in and out for number 20. That was Tyler Blaskus.
Lutheran South's not getting any offensive rebounds.
Now the ball secured by Braden Collins. And the Pioneers will slow down just a bit. This is Rogers.
This is good. This is good. Settle down a little bit. Execute on the half court.
Justice driving to the basket, and we've got a whistle. "46 seconds in the first.
Jake Justice makes the first of two. This has been a fast and furious first quarter. Both teams up and down the court with a lot of pace.
Rolls in and out, and back come the Wildcats. Farouk for three. Misses. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds in favor of the Wildcats.
I really like what Westbury's doing. They push the ball into the paint. They get a paint touch, and they kick it out for those shots on the perimeter. That's really nice offense.
So Williams will inbound, tosses it up high. Bowles gets it. Now it's over to Felix. From the corner, missing is Williams. Rebound Pioneers. Rogers directing traffic. Now they've got Justice going to the paint. He'll kick it out to the corner. Looking for a perimeter shot. No, thinking about it again, bringing it down, trying to get it over. Now it's stolen. Stolen
Nice.
back by Blaskus, and that'll do it after one quarter. Westbury 25, Lutheran South 8.
Now that was a great tip away on that run out. Exactly what you want to do when you're behind the basketball, when the other team's running out on a fast break. Children's Health wants to keep your athlete playing strong, so the Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine brings you expert pediatric care close to home. That's one way that Children's Health is by your side.
Staying organized is hard, but with Rank 1 Sport, you can build accurate rosters, track student eligibility, collect medical history, and manage online forms for parents. Rank 1 Health connects you with your healthcare provider. Visit rank1sport.com or rank1health.com to learn more.
Yeah, again, want to talk about what Westbury's doing on offense. They get the ball on the dribble and they take it into the defense and then kick it out on the perimeter for that perimeter shot. And that's really good. You'll hear a lot of coaches talk about getting paint touches, and that's exactly what they're doing. They get the paint touch and kick it out and get those perimeter shots. Really nice basketball.
25 points already after one quarter of play, and you can see why they scored over 100 a few times this year.
You know, they're a fourth of the way there right now.
Inbounding will be number 15, Wyatt Maher, for the Pioneers. Trying to get it to Rogers, but it's stolen by number 32, and he will put it down.
Yeah, I just have to say you got to have a better plan on the sideline out of bounds play than just letting a guy go one-on-one. That's really hard on a player.
Joseph Cormier, number 32, doing some hard work for the Wildcats there, and now he's got the ball again. Farouk from beyond the arc misses. Rebound Pioneers. Rogers along the right sideline.
I'll give the Pioneers credit. They're not giving Westbury a lot of second chance baskets.
Justice over to the corner. Three-point attempt. Falls just a bit short. That was number 22, Braden Collins, for the Pioneers. Back the other way come the Wildcats. Farouk.
There are two
to
paint
Bowles.
touches in a row to get those perimeter passes.
Cormier. Now to Felix and back to Cormier. And a beautiful move towards the basket by Bowles. He's going to get the basket and the opportunity for a three-point play.
And again, all set up by that penetration into the defense and kicking it out. Nice offense. It's got to be kind of demoralizing for if you're Lutheran South. You're playing hard. You're giving a great effort, and you look up at the scoreboard. It's 29-8, and every time you turn around, there's a Westbury player in your face. That's got to be a little bit discouraging. So hopefully they'll hang in there, keep their head up, and keep working hard.
Bowles knocks down the three-point play. Pioneers in trouble now. Find a window. Rogers. Out to Blaskus. And Rogers back with it. We'll try the right side to the corner now. Swarming defense by the Wildcats everywhere. Rogers puts it up but misses.
There are just not any open shots. The Wildcats are great at closing out to the ball, and it's going to be another foul on Lutheran South. Number 10 got him. Jake Justice with his foul.
Three-point shot. No good. That was the attempt by Bowles. Here come the Pioneers. Whoa.
You could almost see that coming with Westbury already back.
And Cormier looked like his own man stepped on him. That could have been trouble. Seems to be okay, though.
Yeah. Mayhew did attacking the basket. Should have seen that the Westbury players are already back and pulled it back out. But, hey, you got to give him kudos for effort and also to take the charge on the other end. That's not easy to do. But it only hurts for a little while.
Cormier from the top, way back, no good. Substitution coming out, checking in for the Pioneers. Number 3, Cameron Bird, back on the floor. Blaskus will throw it in and get it to Bird.
There you go.
To Rogers.
Nice.
Three-point attempt. Good look. Braden Collins with a nice three.
Lutheran South made it easy there by their passing, breaking that press, and they got a nice open look at the other end and put the three in.
Another chance, another opportunity, and knocking it down was Xavier Francis.
Xavier almost had him another follow-up dunk.
32-11 is the score now with just over 5 minutes to go in the second period. Rogers misses. Trying to go over the back was number 22, Collins. He'll get rung up, and we'll go to the other side of the floor.
There's a good rebound by Francis. But I liked when he got that rebound. He brought the ball down to his shoulder and kept it up out of where the defense had to come over the top to get their deflection on it. So that's how he got earned the foul.
So Francis at the line. He'll knock down the first. And the second, 34-11 now. And the Pioneers just struggling. Now that one goes against the Wildcats.
Joseph Cormier stepped out of bounds.
Trouble for the Wildcats as Felix is all of a sudden grabbing at his ankle and limping off the field. He's going to go right to the table to be looked at, it would appear. No, he's trying to walk it off. But he is off the court for the moment. Inbound to Collins. He's looking for Rogers. Rogers had half a step, stop, pulls back, gets it to Collins. Collins now to Rogers. He's got Bird on his left side. Gives it to him now. Now inside to Justice. Justice makes a move towards the paint. Throws it up. And it'll be a foul against the Wildcats.
Really impressed with Westbury's transition to defense and how fast they recover to the ball. Lutheran South had a little bit of advantage on that run down the floor, but Westbury's quickness, they were able to recover. This is the most lopsided game we've had today, right now. Maybe Lutheran South will muster a comeback here and draw it up a little closer.
And Justice knocks down the 2 free throws. It's going to be a tough task.
Oh, yes.
As we mentioned, they're district rivals. They've played twice already, and Westbury won those games handedly. The only 2 losses in district play Lutheran South had. This is Justice. Nice move, fighting through traffic, but the ball does not fall for him.
I like the idea of being aggressive to the basket, though. That was a good drive. It's just unfortunate it didn't fall for him.
Missed shot, and there's another dunk by Xavier Francis. Just making it look easy.
Yes, he is, and he's only a junior. Now timeout, a good timeout. I believe Lutheran South called a 30.
NCSA, Next College Student Athletes Recruiting Network, connects over 2 million student athletes to more than 35,000 college coaches nationwide. Learn more and find your best college fit by visiting ncsasports.org.
Visit the Team IP retail locations for your officially licensed TAP State Championship merchandise. TAP's event tees, shirts, hoodies, caps, polos, quarter zips, jackets, and more. Affordably priced. Come see us before you leave.
Just under 4 minutes of play in the half. And you can see our next 2 teams have arrived. They are making their way to the locker rooms now. At least Faith is anyway.
Yeah, they got number 4 for Lutheran South. Justin Rogers are pushing the back on, I think it was on number 2, Aaron Williams. Let's see what Westbury has cooked up for their sideline or baseline out of bounds play.
William tossing it high to Francis. Now it's in the hands of Smith. And back to Francis. Ball disrupted for a moment by number 3, Bird.
Yeah, Francis missed. They had Malachi Bowles there posted up in the post. He could have got the ball in there to him. He had a great post up, but he didn't see him.
Williams back around to Cormier. That's Bowles.
Pretty base lane drive, nice little floater.
Pioneers now just trying to play some respectable basketball as Justice flies towards the basket. Nice shot.
That was a great drive. That lane was there for him, and he took it.
Way overthrown.
I think he was expecting one of his teammates to be there, and they just hadn't made it to that spot yet.
Checking back in for the Pioneers, number 15, Wyatt Maher. And Justin Rogers will run points. Over to Bird. In the corner, trying to work at the Justice, and they do. It was a good shot, but bounced off the rim.
Very nice, great entry pass, good vision.
And that time, Bowles having a little trouble securing the ball. It'll go over to the Pioneers. .240 to go in the half. Blaskus taking it up off the front of the rim. Rebound Wildcats. Now we're fighting for it. Justice Pioneers have numbers. He'll take it up by himself. And the foul will be called on, I believe it's going to be number 10, Xavier Francis.
Yep. Yeah, Jake Justice there took that ball right to Francis's chest, and that's what you want to do if you're going to go in against a big man, is get right into his chest so you get the shot off.
Justin Seaburn back in for Westbury, as Jake Justice goes to attempt his second free throw. And he's got it. 2 for 2 on that trip. Westbury now taking their time. Directing traffic is Devin Smith. Now into the hands of number 22, Seaburn. Back to Smith. Now it's Cormier.
Whatever offensive action they don't want isn't happening, and I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but everybody's motioning and coach is yelling at them. And
Cormier now cutting, and he made that look easy after a long pause.
Using that Euro step that we're allowing now in basketball. Get right to the basket.
Wide open in the right corner. No, Blasquez misses, but Justice is there for the putback and the foul.
That's great effort by Justice to get there to the front of the rim and put that back in. They're not dead yet, Gabe. They're not dead yet. They're still battling. I actually think Westbury's getting a little tired. They don't seem to be quite as fast as they were earlier in the game, or they just look up at the scoreboard and see that lead, and sometimes that's the downside of getting a big lead. Players kind of tend to check out.
Jake Justice now trying to complete the three-point play. Justice has been good at the line, but not that time.
Now South has gone to man-to-man.
Smith to Farouk. And back to Smith, looking for an opening, and it's deflected out of bounds by number 15, Maher. Westbury trying to determine who's going to throw it in. It's going to be Farouk. Quick toss, knocked out of bounds. And they're going to rule it in favor of the Wildcats.
It looked to me like the Wildcats hit it out, but I'm old, can hardly see.
Bowles to throw it in. All the way back to Cormier.
And there's the example of where you can throw the ball inbounds over the half line without getting over and back.
Felix. And he's tangled up there by number 15, Maher.
Yeah, that ankle looks to be okay, doesn't it?
Yeah, you saw him trying to run it off over on the sideline before checking in.
Yeah. Apparently it's okay. He was going to the basket pretty strong there.
Felix makes the first. And drops the second. 42-19. Just over a minute to play. Behind the back, nice move and nice finish for Wyatt Maher.
That's the way to break the press. That was as smooth as you could do it right there. Great job by Lutheran South.
Felix now taking his time and looking to the bench for instruction just for a second. Now he's got it in the hands of Smith and back over to Felix. Smith, he's going to go towards the paint, kick it out to Farouk, who is in the corner. He'll take a step and a nice rainbow shot by number 50, Farouk. Here goes Justice.
Well, that rush up the floor I thought was going to be bad for them. It ended up being good for them. They come out smelling good on that one.
Devin Smith trying to shake off the defender. Cormier. And now it's to Felix. From the corner, three-point attempt is no good, and that's how we will end the half. Westbury Christian School 44, Lutheran South 23. We'll be back with you on the other side of halftime. Featuring Lutheran South Academy out of Houston, the Pioneers, and Westbury Christian School, also out of Houston, the Wildcats. Westbury has a commanding lead here as we are moments away from tipping off the second half. Coach, what's the message to either of these teams as we get into the last two quarters of play?
I think for Lutheran South, they just have to keep playing hard and play with pride. And don't look at the scoreboard, just play. And for Westbury, they got to keep up the intensity. And I thought they had a little drop off toward the end of the second quarter. I don't know if that's fatigue or just they're looking at the scoreboard too. But that's what I would say. Not a whole lot that either coach can say based on the score.
That was number 25, Bowles, to open the scoring here in the second half. Coming back the other way is Justice. He'll be fouled and takes a hard hit up against the wall.
I'm telling you what, he was flying. That was a hard hit. They didn't put enough padding on that wall. Looks like he's going to be okay. He's getting up.
Jacob Justice has had a strong game for the Pioneers, 14 points total.
Aiden loves playing baseball. He's in his element when he picks up a baseball bat.
When Aiden tore his ACL last year, we were all devastated. We didn't think that a 13-year-old could have a problem such as that.
Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedic and Sports Medicine not only repaired Aiden's ACL, but they gave him the knowledge and skills to prevent any future injuries.
Now, less than a year later, he's back to hitting homers and doing phenomenal.
Last season he injured his shoulder. I hope he hadn't re-injured it there going into that wall as hard as he did. He injured it in their state semifinal victory, and his presence was limited in the championship game against Legacy. So hopefully he's going to be okay. Had to come out of the game right now.
This is Braden Collins shooting the free throws on his behalf. Hits the first.
Good job of picking up his teammate.
And
nicely done.
Collin knocks down the second. 25-46 is our score. Here comes Westbury. Ball deflected. That was number 4, Christopher Felix, going up with it.
Yeah, he caught that ball and had no second thoughts about going to the basket. Earned himself some free throws here.
Felix with a nice stroke drops the first one. He was a little bit hobbled, or at least seemed that way early in the first half, but seems to be doing fine now.
Yeah, when they come out at halftime, he was running up and down the half line to loosen that ankle back up, but he seems ill the worse for wear, banging down those 2 free throws. Here comes the pressure.
Westbury.
Well
and
done.
Now a nice job exposing the pressure, coming over the top. No foul.
What hustle by Westbury's Joseph Cremier getting down there to block that shot.
Farouk all the way over to Cromier, who's got it. 3 points.
Blocks the shot, hits the 3.
That's Bird trying to get it to Balskus. Got to get the cheerleaders out of the way. Part of the game sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately. Most gyms aren't built to accommodate the cheerleaders as well as we'd like for them to be, but they're an important part of the game as well. Fortunately, none of them got hit there. I think Lutheran South got a little over their skis there, coming down the floor a little too fast. But that's what Westbury's doing. That's what Westbury wants to do, push them to play fast.
Healthy students make healthy teams, and now there's a tool to help you monitor and care for the health of your students. Rank 1 Health connects you to your healthcare provider with secure messaging, injury tracking and reports, all built into one convenient application with industry-leading customer support. Visit rankonehealth.com to learn more. So it'll be Lutheran South inbounding the ball. That's number 20, Tyler Bloskus, a senior on this Pioneer squad. He's got it over to Rogers, to Bird, and now back to Rogers.
Now Westbury's gone to a 2-3 zone.
Nice drive and shot, but it doesn't fall. Getting zone rebound, working hard, and now over the top. That was Wyatt Maher going to work for the Pioneers, and the foul's going to be called on number 25, Malachi Bowles.
Maher wasn't needed to denied there. He just got in there and kept banging away and finally drew the foul.
Maher's second attempt. It falls. 26-51 now. Westbury. God, look at the reach on the Westbury players.
And then the reach by the Lutheran South player, number 15. Wyatt Maher got him in foul trouble there. Sideline out of bounds for Westbury.
So Bowles to Cromier. Quick toss-up. And back over to Cromier for three for the left wing. Misses. Rebound, Maher.
It's a nice fade cut by Cromier off the post screen at the elbow to get that shot.
Turn and shoot by Bloskus. Misses. Back comes Farouk. Up to the top to Cromier. He'll kick it to Farouk, left corner, three-point attempt, off the rim, straight up, and into the hands of number 10. That's Francis. And we'll get a foul. I believe that's going to be against number 20, Tyler Bloskus. So Felix will throw it in. Way out to Cromier near the midcourt line. To the corner for Farouk. He'll try to feed it in. And it's lost. Brought down by Justice for the Pioneers. Here he comes. Got a one-on-one. Nice move to the basket. And excellent play by Justice.
A Euro step comes to the rescue again.
Farouk from beyond the arc. Falls short, but he is fouled, and he's going to go to the line shooting three.
And Wyatt Maher got him on the arm. When I was coaching in Houston, we used to play Westbury every year. And I remember Westbury doing basically the same thing they're doing now with lots of pressure, except it seems like the guys back then were just bigger. So it's often we were mismatched size-wise, but our guys were tough and hung in there. But Westbury's been a solid basketball program for a long time.
Farouk knocks down the first.
Good box out, nice rebound there off the missed free throw.
This is Rogers trying to set his man, taking his time, left side. Now to Justice. Justice goes in and it has it knocked away, but saved for the moment by Bird and a whistle. So they're going to ring up Farouk for that one. Rogers will throw it in. Collins on the left side, Bloskus on the right. This is Rogers. To Bird, open look at a three. No, off the front of the rim, rebound Justice, taking it up. Blocked, he'll try and take it up again, blocked again. This time it goes up, blocked again. Three straight blocks by Westbury.
Xavier Francis, the shot blocker, the eraser.
Rogers. Excuse me, that's Farouk. Into Francis, and Francis knocks it down.
What a run for Francis there. 3 blocks and then a entry pass for a layup.
15 points for Xavier Francis. And a lot defensively.
He's at his season average right now, 15 points. That's what he's been averaging this year. We have a technical foul called on 15, I think is what they said. I didn't see it. Did you, Gabe?
No, I thought I heard him say Francis. I think he was talking a little bit after that last basket.
Yeah, could be. He'd have a little bit to talk about, but that's where you got to discipline yourself.
Braden Collins 1 for 2 on that visit to the line. 4:38 remains in the third quarter.
You know, Collins came in for the injured, let's see, who was it that went out injured there? Justice?
Yep, Justice back in, though.
Yeah, but Collins had come in for him and actually did a very good job. He's still in there. Tried to enter the ball into the post, but he's come in and done a really nice job for Lutheran South. While Justice was out of the game.
Rogers looking to throw it in, having a little trouble, and did he call timeout or did they get him? No, they did call timeout.
They were very fortunate on that. That probably should have been a 5-second count. But anyway, timeout we go.
TAPS proudly announces our new partnership with Chipotle. Chipotle, real food for real athletes. Thank you, Chipotle, for your support of our athletes and teams.
Looking to get more out of your video streaming next year? Create better broadcasts and increase your audience with Blue Frame technology and the new TAPS TV network.
It's been a great day of basketball here in Robinson. We're right smack in the middle of Game 5. We've got one more coming up for you here on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio.
Yeah, that one more is going to be last year's state champ Legacy Christian bombing away. The three-pointers will be Grapevine Faith. It should be a lot of fun.
Rogers trying to find some room. And the shot attempt to put back by Justice. Braden Collins and Justice, you certainly can't question their effort in this game.
And Collins in there again. He's come off the bench and really given them a little bit of a spark. Unfortunately, it's not showing on the scoreboard. But he has played hard and played well in a sub role.
Collins, a junior for this Pioneer team. He'll get set for the first of free throws. Rolling in and out. Justin Sebrin back in now for Westbury, wearing number 22. Collins makes his second. 4 free throws in this quarter for him, 7 points on the day.
Yep. He's over his average of 5 points a game. So, like I say, he's done a good job coming in off the bench.
Sebrin driving out of the basket and swatted away by Collins. No foul.
Yeah, all he had to do was pull up at the front of the basket and take the little bunny shot there instead of trying to go all the way across the lane where the other defender was. I don't know why he chose to do that.
Collins, long three. No, hits the front of the rim. Under 3:30 to go here in the third period. Williams misses. And it's swatted away by number 10, Francis. Or from number 10, Francis. And on the other end, we've got a dunk by Jake Justice. But unfortunately, his teammate, Braden Collins, is grabbing at his elbow. He went down hard in the last exchange.
Looks like he might have hit what they call the funny bone, which is not funny at all, and he's going to get subbed for. He has done a really good job coming in off the bench, as I've said before. Francis got that ball stripped there on a rebound for Westbury because he put the ball back behind his head and gave them a chance to get at the ball. You know, take it to your chin as a rebounder and keep it there, not behind your head or down low around your waist.
Smith. And no baskets. That was number 4, Felix, driving but fouled before he got the ball up in the air.
The foul count is now mounting.
Sebron to Felix,
pass.
back to Sebron. Men all over him, and no call. They're going to get it for traveling.
Yep. And they drug that plant foot. That was a nice pass, but he had the ball down in there where it's really hard to do something with it with all those bodies around.
This is Rogers. Trying to find some room, and now stepping back to survey the floor. He's got Blaskus working across. Back to Blaskus. That's number 1, Lindbergh, who came in for Collins. Bird had it momentarily. Now Bird again, trying to get it into Justice. He'll turn, looking for Lindbergh. Lindbergh looking for an opening, but no, he'll pass it down. Bird stops and pops off the front of the rim. Justice fighting for the rebound, doesn't get there. He'll hit the floor hard again.
A young man is a hustler. He's been on the floor a lot. He's the one that took the hard shot down on the wall there. Great effort.
Justin Sebron tosses it in to Smith. Smith now working to Felix. A miss, rebound in favor of Rogers. And now here come back the Pioneers. Justice. And they're going to get number 2, Williams, for the foul. Justice was just trying to get it past, I think. Foul starting to mount for both teams.
Yeah, it's 6 and 6. Both teams will be in the 1-1 on the next foul. That slows the game down a little bit.
So Rogers will toss it in for Lutheran South. 3-point attempt for Lindbergh. No, just short. Looked like it was going for a moment. All the way forward, and Justice is going to run into Francis.
You can't fault the effort. They're sprinting back, trying to get back, stop the break.
4th foul for number 10, Jake Justice.
Yeah, he's given his all, I tell you, that's for sure. He's worked really hard. He kind of run himself into that foul, but you can't fault the effort trying to get back.
Good news for Pioneer fans. Braden Collins back on the floor. Still grabbing at that elbow, but well enough to play. As Felix heads to the line. Hits the first.
He's got a nice stroke.
And he makes both. 56-32 is our score. Long pass over the head of Lindbergh.
They'll get the ball out on the baseline now. Westbury will on that pass. See if they have a special play for this occasion.
Checking in for Lutheran South is number 15, Wyatt Maher. Felix would toss it in for Westbury. Screaming for it in the back was Smith. And taking it up is Felix with a beautiful shot. And
the Wildcats take a timeout on that make. Not sure what they're going to discuss, possibly a change in defense. I'm not sure.
58-32. We've got a full timeout here, and we'll take one with you here from Robinson. Resuming play here in Robinson. It's the third quarter of our first 5A semifinal game. Westbury with a comfortable lead, 58 points to South's 32. A whistle before the ball was inbounded there, and we'll head down to the other side of the floor, where number 3, Cameron Bird, is going to shoot free throws for the Pioneers.
Looks like he caught Farouk for the foul. He's really didn't need to get that foul. He's trying to jockey for position there on the baseline inbounds pass and really didn't need to get that foul. There's no need to do that, but he drew the foul and gave Lutheran a chance here at the line.
Bird hits the first of a 1-and-1. Second one rolls out. Here comes Westbury. They can go really fast pace at any given moment.
Yeah, I don't know why they're going that fast. With the lead they have, they could conserve some of their energy for tomorrow.
So up to the line is number 4, who's had a phenomenal night, Christopher Felix. He'll hit the first one. Felix with another 16 points for number 4, Christopher Felix. Leads all Wildcat players.
Justin Seaburn just came in the game for Westbury. And Xavier Francis is sitting out.
And boy, that's got to be frustrating there for the Pioneers. Just trying to get the ball in and overthrows it there. You can still see 22 Collins trying to shake that elbow off. This is Smith. Over to Farouk. All the way to the outside. Three-point shot is just a little long by number 22. That was Seaburn. Now we've got a foul in the act. And it'll be number 10, Francis, who had some monster dunks earlier in this game.
When he grows into his body, he could be pretty special. He's got a little bit of weight gain that would help him, but his shot is really pretty.
Francis hits the first. And misses the second. Rebound, however, back in the hands of Francis. He'll take it up again, and we've got another whistle.
Just too many second chance opportunities for Westbury. Lutheran South just having a real struggle boxing out down there underneath.
Once more for Xavier. That time missing the first. And misses the second. (33-61) with just over a minute to play in the third quarter. Wide open look. No, he decides to take it down. He's going to dish it over to Lindbergh. Lindbergh with a long three. Misses. Rebound Westbury. Nice pass. Another nice pass. Missing the dunk, however. And now we're going to get a foul. Francis was going up strong but couldn't quite finish. Collins came over and hacked Farouk.
Yeah, we talked about how fast Westbury advances the ball. They advanced the ball great right there, and they got their postman running the floor, and they go right into the basket. He missed the dunk, but, man, didn't take him long to get it down there. Francis going out now, but he really got down the floor well on that fast break. Should have had the dunk.
Farouk is 1 of 2 on that trip. Total of 9 points for the game. It is a 33-62 advantage for Westbury. 3-point shot from the far left corner, rolls in and out. That was Lindbergh with the attempt. Here comes Smith to Farouk. Farouk has it blocked. Nope, they're going to call a foul.
A nice box out down on the defensive end by Westbury. Seaburn, he had great position, pulled the rebound, and it pays off for him at the other end.
Farouk missing the first.
I don't think Westbury's shooting a very good percentage from the foul line. I don't know what they're shooting, but just seems like they've missed quite a few shots here recently. Missed the second.
And misses that one into the hands of number 3, Bird.
They get into a close game, that come back to haunt them.
This is Rogers. Stops and shoots near the elbow and drops it. Five seconds to go. Farouk. And there's the shot, the miss, and that'll take us to the end of the third. It was a long third period, it seems like.
Yeah, a lot of foul calls. What a nice penetration by Farouk to hit the pass there in the middle of the lane. And just unfortunately didn't execute.
So we'll head to the fourth quarter. Westbury Christian 62, Lutheran South 35, and we'll be back on the other side of this break.
Aiden loves playing baseball. He's in his element when he picks up a baseball bat.
When Aiden tore his ACL last year, we were all devastated. We didn't think that a 13-year-old could have a problem such as that.
Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedic and Sports Medicine not only repaired Aiden's ACL, but they gave him the knowledge and skills to prevent any future injuries.
Now, less than a year later, he's back to hitting homers and doing phenomenal.
So 8 minutes for the fourth quarter here in Robinson is all that stands in the way of Westbury punching their tickets to the state championship. As we see a tussle there between number 15 and I think that was 12 for Westbury.
Yeah, Westbury's just all over the place, trapping, digging at the ball. It's very frustrating for Lutheran South, I'm sure. And I believe it looks like Wyatt Mayer is fouled out. He has. He's a junior. He'll be back again, I'm sure. They'll have a good team next year. But no one ever likes to foul out this early in the fourth quarter.
You talked about the pedigree that is the Westbury Christian School. Since the 1990-1991 season, they have appeared in the state final 23 times. They have won 20 state championships, the most recent one coming back in the 2016-2017 season.
Yep. Like I say, we used to play them every year, once or possibly twice a year sometimes, and down in Houston. And we never beat them, but we'd come close. But they have quite a pedigree. Kind of lost my focus
Here comes Westbury once again. Christopher Felix with another nice basket.
Coast to coast. For Cameron Bird, draws a foul, pushed it up the floor hard, took it to the basket, earned a foul shot opportunity with that effort.
Bird hits both of those free throws.
Much needed points, to speak the obvious.
And that one gets away from Westbury, and it'll be Pioneer ball.
Yeah, Lutheran South changed their defense there a little bit, went to a 1-2-2, and looked like they're trapping out of it. Give Westbury a little something to think about.
The state championship in Class 5A will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. over at West High School. And Westbury will play the winner of our next game as a beautiful shot falls for number 25, Malachi Bowles.
Right there, Westbury, the defender that had the sideline, the middle defender is forcing the ball handler to the sideline, and the sideline defenders to cut off the sideline, and they did that, forcing the dribbler for Lutheran South out of bounds. Great play defensively.
30-point differential here with 6:37 to go.
As a ball handler, you never want to take yourself on the dribble over into the corners.
Ball intercepted. Cormier. He'll dish it off for the basket. No, with the putback, however, by number 2. That was Aaron Williams. And a great defensive block by Westbury. Here it comes again. So many weapons on this Wildcat team.
And up and down the floor as fast as you can say hiccup. They are really quick. Quick defensively, quick offensively. Looks like Coach Guidry's going to start putting some of the other bench in. That'd be a good thing. Get his players to get major minutes, some rest, and be ready for tomorrow's championship game.
Checking in, number 11, Michael Ware, and number 30, Kennedy Rains. Still has Malachi Bowles out on the floor. Christopher Felix, who's at the line right now. And he knocks one down. Lindbergh turns and shoots. Rebound, Wildcats. Long three, misses. Westbury with the rebound, and going up strong again is number 4, Felix. Lindbergh fires off the iron. Rebound, Justice. He'll go back up, and he'll be fouled.
Justice keeps doing what he can to keep his team somewhere in the game. Got to the front of the rim again, got him a good rebound. Now he's going to line for 2.
Justice, who's had a strong game for this Pioneer team, 18 points so far.
That matches his season average of 18.
Hard luck on those 2 shots. And here come the Wildcats. Number 2, wide open look from three-point land, Aaron Williams.
And Coach Guidry's pulling the press off.
And a whistle there.
I didn't see a foul there. I thought he hit the ball, but I'm not down there on the floor where the official is, so I'm sure it was a good call.
Bird hits the first. And the second as well.
I know one thing, if I was the coach for Grapevine Faith or Legacy, I wouldn't let my guys watch this.
And a hard foul over on the floor. That ball's going to go over to the Wildcats. And that'll be the last foul that Justice has to give up.
Yeah, he's a senior. Another 3. Aaron Williams, I believe.
And that makes it a 40-point game.
So the clock should start running with the mercy rule that is now in effect.
Lane Whitney with the basket for the Pioneers. And a quick answer.
Kennedy Raines.
Kennedy
Kennedy
Raines.
Raines. What a great name, Kennedy Raines. The shots just aren't falling for Lutheran South.
Another three-point attempt off the mark. That was number 11.
Michael Ware.
Michael Ware, thank you.
Yep. Yep. Westbury's just getting the ball down the floor and getting a little penetration, kicking it to a wing and putting up a shot, because everybody that gets in the game wants to score. You can't fault them for that. Sometimes in coaching, the opposing coach will get mad when you put your kids in and you let them shoot, but I never understood that. You put kids in who've been sitting on the bench all year and haven't got a lot of minutes. They'd like to score too, and so they should be allowed to play. He's pulled off the press, Coach Guidry has, for Westbury, so I don't have any problem with his kids trying to get some shots up.
Still fighting hard is Bird there. as we go under the 3-minute mark.
Man, they're incredibly fast. And I don't see any real letdown in their second unit. Do you, Gabe?
No. Their second unit could take on a lot of firsts in this tournament.
Yeah. Of course, it's easy to play well when you're ahead by so much. And they are running the clock. I was wondering if it's supposed to be the rule, and they're following it. Goodness. That was an interesting shot for him. But it went in. Now you got senior Mark Zanipra. I don't know how you say his last name. My apology, Lutheran South fans, but getting a senior an opportunity to play a little bit in this semifinal game, that's a good thing by Coach White.
3-point shot for Lindbergh. That falls.
And now a freshman, Alexander Malalio, comes into the game. Always good to get a freshman some experience in a playoff game of this caliber.
Rebound, Pioneers. 1:45. And it's all about the experience here. There's a 3-point shot, missed. Back comes Westbury. Open look. No. In and out for number 25, Bowles. He's had a good game.
Yeah, who hasn't had a good game for Westbury is the question. They've just played really well. I see 32, Lane Whitney in there for Lutheran South, getting a few minutes. He's a junior. Gets in the middle of that scrum there, and let's see. Going to be Westbury ball off the alternating possession. This will date me when I started coaching. The alternating possession wasn't part of the game, so every tie-up was a jump ball. And it made for a long game, but I don't know if I don't like it better. But again, as I've said before, I'm kind of old school.
45 seconds on our running clock. Pioneer ball now. Little collision there midcourt. That'll give us another stoppage. In the action anyway. The clock is running.
The clock's going to keep on rolling.
Well,
so if I was Lutheran South's young man here, 21, Alexander Mahilo, I would just take my time and let the clock run out so that Westbury can't get another possession. That's what I would do.
Hats off to Lutheran South. They played a terrific season. Their only losses in district and obviously in the playoffs here to Westbury, and you can't fault them for that.
Yep, they just didn't have enough firepower to match up with Westbury.
Final score, Westbury Christian 482, Lutheran South 45, and Westbury is once again in the state championship, looking to bring home another title tomorrow at 4 o'clock at West High School. They will host either Legacy Christian Academy from Frisco or Faith Christian School from Grapevine. That game coming up in approximately half an hour. And we're going to send you down to the medal ceremony as we sign off here from Robinson. See you in about half an hour, folks.
Senior Number 11, Colin Brady. Number 14, Justin Purtle. Number 21, Alexander Buffalo. Number 22, Greg Collins. Senior, number 24, Mark Zamarippa. Number 32, Lane Whitney. Number 3, Cameron Burke. Number 4, Justin Rogers. Senior, number 10, Jay Justice. Number 15,